that a child to come in right away and sit down for 15 minutes. So we're going to figure out exactly how that's going to go, or if someone's going to design it for you, because I think it's got a lot of great elements. But instead of, you know, doing the name game with 24 kids potentially, you know, I would rather see you all dance. You know what I mean? Or do some kind of interactive warm-up game, play a game, do Sleeping Baby, do something to get these kids moving. And then if that does take your 15 minutes with that big group, you know, at least the kids are moving and getting ready for the day and getting warmed up, which is really the purpose of it. So today we're going to do the bars. We're going to talk about different things to do. Like I said, hand-eye, all that stuff. And then what we're going to do is we're going to set up the gym for a rotation. But now it has a big inflatable there. Okay.
We can move that.
We can roll it.
Easy. We can roll it right over to the runway there.
Does it need to stay there?
You can come back. They party today, but we can roll it.
Okay, here's what we want to do. So you figure if we start at 9, we're going to try to get to bars till like 9:30. So we got to get moving. 9:09. 9:30 to 10, we're going to talk about lesson plans. I want you guys to set it up, think of the things that we said with the cartwheels, with the rolls. You guys have done lesson plans. We're going to do rotations. We're going to split you up. Then we have some kids coming in. Then you guys are going to show me how you're going to work those kids through the lesson plan. So you might be that lucky one chosen to be that instructor for that area. But then we're going to see that, and maybe I can stop you. All right, stop. Here's a pointer. Here's a tip. Or you go, you know, I don't know how to get this. Whatever. It's going to be like kind of a real time thing where we can maybe really have a good conversation as to what's going to work better, or you know what I mean, a good way to divide up the floor. After that, so the kids are going to be coming from 10 to 10:30, and at 10:30 to 11, we'll talk about Love See headband. You look hot. Ninja headbands. We'll talk about little ninjas. We'll talk about anything else with the bars, the floor, the cartwheels, whatever you guys have any questions for that I can try and help you with. That'll be our last half hour, and then we'll be done. Sound good? Okay. Like you would.
Just hold it.
All right.
Yep,
Well,
it's on.
we need segmented hoops. It would just be another thing.
Get a whole words.
I think it's
Close for the mic.
again, but you know, to go around
Oh, so you can hear her?
Like you doing koala hangs? Is that you? Yes. We call it abracadabra. So if you had again, theming that lesson plan. It's the same skill, but we have the segmented hoop, and then we go, ooh, they have to hold on and go through the hoop. So just think to hang. Babies, though, when you have a hoop hanging on the bar, is that segmented?
Segmented hoops come apart. Is that
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, we don't.
So like even babies, if you have hoops on the bar, they can just throw them and slide them back and forth, because what it is, it's tracking, it's holding, you know, that hoop to watch it go back and forth. Because babies obviously aren't going to be able to hold up a possum hang or your koala hang and be able to put that hoop through. So just to go a couple more. So kick beanies hanging on top. Ladder to the high bar. So do you guys have ladders?
We have a rock wall that goes to a slide.
So a ladder basically, I'm going to grab a pencil because I'm just going to write a few of these things down. I mean, not that it's going to happen tomorrow, but I just think that these are things that can definitely improve the program.
Ladder would be awesome for a little ninja too, if it came down from a high bar and you could hang on it or something. Do something.
So we said segmented hoops.
Got it.
Said hoops.
So where do you want it lower?
And no, I just wanted it to work. Thank you. Yeah, I don't know yet. We'll get there. Segmented hoops and a ladder. All right, so ladder to high bar, and even basically you could do the same thing for your back hip pullover, walking up the mat, but just putting your feet on those rungs, and then the little guys walking up and down. Obviously, concentrate more on going down because up is easier.
We'll make sure each pre-program has one of these clamps. Just clamp it on the knob and you can make it turn. It's like stuff.
Tracking with bowling pins. So think of you could hang a bowling pin. Tracking, what is tracking? Ocular pursuit. You sound very intelligent talking to your parents, but remember you have to say those words. Don't be like, just go over there and swing the bowling pins back and forth. Because that's really not giving that value to your program. So again, think of things that you guys can hang, that you can swing back and forth, or even with a friend. If you have 6 in your class, you go, okay, I got these bars. What am I going to do with these kids? Well, you and your friends, so here we go. You know, me and Gigi, we're going to get it back to each other and try to catch it. And then I'm going to get it back to Gigi. You know what I'm saying? So it could be anything, though. And that's how it's going to bring life to your program. Because maybe whatever, you have strawberry shortcake lesson plan, and you got strawberry shortcake, higher length, hanging at the bar. Hanging pie tins. So I'm doing this now for Thanksgiving coming up. So we're going to hang pie tins. Again, super economical, but different. You want every lesson plan for the kids to come in and go, what are we doing this week? Not same old, same old. And it's usually, pardon me?
What are you doing?
I'm gonna hang them by the bar and we're gonna throw balls at them. It's gonna be like a target.
Oh, like we so little.
Yeah, just a silver pie tin. And that's what you need to do is kind of think outside the box. Now, obviously, you cannot use any type of homemade equipment as far as insurance purposes. So, like, if you were to go home and you were to make something, be like, this is crawl on this and go under this, that's not safe. But hanging things like pie tins or going to the dollar store and getting, some foam things that the kids can pick up with their feet or do something like that, that's the creativity that I want you guys to start using. Get those juices flowing and think of how can we make this come alive. Hanging a hoop or a tire from the bar and throwing a football or a beanie through it. Pizza catcher, so hang and catch foam pizzas from the other child. Hang a hoop and hit a ball in her bat. So if you had a hoop pump and you put a cone with a ball on it and they hit it through. I understand it's not a bar skill. I understand they're not doing a vacuum foam or a front support or anything like that. I understand, but what is it? It's fun. It gets the kids active. They're comfortable at the bars they're moving through. This could be the fun station. This could be your spotted station. And I don't know. We got to figure out some good stuff to do with those rings because I don't. We bring our rings out like every probably 4 months, and the kids love it, love it, love it, and then they go away. You know what I mean? So I don't have a ton to do on the rings. So
Those actually,
work on them.
there's other attachments for those, and it could change to like a cargo net or something different.
Cargo net? Where's that?
On the AAI catalog.
Our bars too?
No, the rings, these little mini rings.
They come with attachments. You know how we have the rope?
Yeah.
Like some people, I don't know if they have the rope, but like there are attachments for it. We just
But
need
this is
them.
an older set. Ours, mine has a bar over it. Like, where is he putting a rope there? It's not close to the side.
Hanging rubber chickens. Do you guys have rubber chickens?
No.
Rubber chickens, and they're so ugly because they really are like skinless rubber chickens. But the kids absolutely love them. We use them a lot when we're chicken. We'll put the rubber chickens on there, and then I'll throw some pool noodles for like chicken and noodle soup. And they shake it up. Helium balloons. Hitting them. If you guys do balloons here, so you have birthday parties, you have helium tanks. At a bar station, even if you had a floor bar, do 2 helium balloons here and have the kids hit their hands and watch them. It's so fun and it brings some hype to the gym. Like if you're having our mascot is Teddy Tumblebear. His birthday's April 21st, so I always throw a big birthday party lesson plan for Teddy that time. So we have the balloons everywhere. So think about that when they walk in. Like I said, Mary Poppins is in December. So my plan is for the gym is I'm gonna buy a whole bunch of umbrellas for everywhere. You know those little ones that you put in the drink? Yes, that's what I want to give to all my kids at the end of class. It's not a lot. It's just, it's stepping it up. It's making it going, wow. You know what I mean? You get that from where? Gold Medal. You need to go there. That place is awesome.
Can I ask you a quick question?
Yeah.
Do you do a theme every single month? Or
I-
the whole month?
No, I change my lesson plan every other week.
Okay.
Sometimes my goal is, what I try to do is I try to do theming, and then I butt it up to more skill-based. Because as you know, like I don't know if you've heard me say this, my gym, I have to take it down and set it up every day. So my school age instructors, at night they want to kill me when I put so much stuff outside. So I really try not to do that.
Theme for 2 straight weeks?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. In my gym, because what happens is when we rotate through the rotations, they only get to half the gym. So I do it for 2 weeks, so they get to one half and then the other
But
half.
so for Mary Poppins month or whatever, you'll do 2 separate Mary Poppins themed.
2 weeks in a row of Mary Poppins.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like the same lesson.
Same lesson. Oh yeah, everything's the same. Everything's the same. Like we just did Minions. It was fabulous. And like here's the thing. So here's what I want you guys to think about. I'm kind of veering off of this, but this is what makes it great too. Minions. Our skill goal was squat because why? Minions are small. So we said, okay, everybody be a minion. Because minions are small. I said, all right, now stand up like a human. So we played a game. So really quickly, and anywhere we were, if they started jacking around, I'd be like, I want to see minions. And then we got really low. Show me a gymnast. And then the gymnast had to go stretch. So simple, but it got their attention as we were moving, and we really reiterated, what do we do in this squat? Oh, show me your minion, what's that called? And that's what you need to do. And that's what makes you a good instructor. Shimmy and ring the bell. Shimmies are super hard, you guys. So if you have it in your lesson plan, like I had talked about that squat on with babies, it's not bad at all to have that in your lesson plan, but what you need to know is what to expect from those babies. Don't be like, we're shimmying over here and think they're actually going to do it because their parents going to do it or you're going to do it for them. So what we're looking for is either they can have an assisted shimmy with feet on a low bar, or if a baby can do this, you guys are doing something good. Because what babies do is this. Okay, and we're talking shimmies, and there's a purpose for it. So, like I said, know what they can do and what they can't do. Don't look at a lesson plan and be like, this is what I got, I guess they have to do that. You know what I mean? We're doing back hip pullovers at the bar. That's great. But a baby's not going to do a full back hip pullover. So I have some drills for that. For instance, in a parent and top class, for a back hip pullover. Mommy, you're my mommy, hi. So if mommy was right here, I could walk up mommy's legs. They do that anyway. But that's what we're doing, and I'm involving mom in the class. You know what I'm saying? Think of drills for that instead of just throwing them through a back hip pullover and moving on to the next station because your shift's almost over and you're ready to go home. You know what I'm saying? And so that's what I really want you to think about. So casting. Do you guys start casting with your preschoolers? Do you have a step before casting? Do you do spacewalks?
That's like on different sports side to side.
Kicking your legs.
Kicking your legs.
Yeah, just kicking. We call it a spacewalk.
We'll do that automatically.
Yeah, they do, but you need to make it, what that's doing, it's really developing the front muscles in their shoulders to do a cast. You ask a child to keep their feet, which I call like a mermaid, you know, of boys it's a fish, or a man, you know, they don't. But a lot of them can't keep those legs together, you know, when they fall off the bar. But if you hold them up and you say kick, 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 what happens is even if their arms are like this, they suddenly go like this. And they go straight. So make sure you're doing those things and knowing the progressions and where to go. Don't just, again, with that back and pullovers, drill it with spacewalks. Chin tumps, like these are things, these are drills that I want to see. Would you like to be my helper? So right here, Nikki. You're right here. So if Nikki was here and I have this mat, I'm gonna put it right there. Let's just say your feet are there. So Nikki, what I want you to do is I want you to pull your chin to the bar. You try to pull your belly up. Oh, okay, good. That's it. That's the whole thing. But here's the thing, guys. Am I gonna leave her there for 10 minutes? No, because that's not fun. If she can do it 3 times, anytime you do something like that, give it a goal. If they're doing a bent arm hang or something, don't just say, give them seconds. Can you hold it for 5 seconds? And when you do, let me know. You know, and then it's right, I did it. Great. How about 6? You do it for 6. Do you see the difference? You guys are doing it all the same, but just make sure you're just paying attention and making it fun. Kids like that. Kids like that attention. But like I said, give them those goals. All right, we're gonna go into some specifics for that. So like I said, so front support, forward roll, dismount. So we talk about spacewalks. So a spacewalk, you want to show me, so front jump, front support. And just kick your legs, kick up, kick up, kick, 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 kick. So you can say you're kicking in the water. So this is what you need to think about though. If you're doing an underwater lesson plan or you're doing something, that's when you pull those out. These are drills that you need to know, but that's how you design a lesson plan, by taking those skills like that. Chalk thighs. So when they hold the front support, you know the kids are like this.
Yeah, and they end up hurting their hips.
Yeah. And we all need those little patty things, so we're gonna work on that. So where do we want them? Draw on those kids. Sidewalk chalk's the best. I don't remember who it was, but somebody at their gym, I didn't see it at Congress, what they do with their kids when they do something well is they mark them with chalk. You know, great job, because chalk's just gonna wipe off.
I do that with them.
But they think it's hilarious.
There's 2 squares and then they have to tell me the rules and we get the rule and good job.
Yeah, on them. And they love it. So it's not like marking them with a stamp or anything. But that's perfect. Hot thighs. So you're gonna jump up and down. So again, that imagination, that boogeyman that comes to life. So a hot thigh. So if your thighs are hot, you ready? So you're gonna jump up. So this is hot. So you're gonna go like, oh, cool. You know what I mean? Yes, up and down. So yes, the whole thing is bringing it in, saying it's hot, 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 it's hot. You ever play hot lava on the floor? Fabulous. And the kids get into it, don't they? Because they live it. They're like, yeah, it's hot, it's lava. Oh, I just spit at you. Sorry about that. Stack the mats up in front of them for a front support jumping, and then obviously slowly take them away. That was my thing about, you know, lowering the bar. Make it, if you want to have it a little high, build it up and then make it more challenging. Don't start with super challenging so they can't do it. Like I said, we want to try to make these kids successful the best that we can. Motorcycle hands. Make sure you do it. Everybody knows what motorcycle hands are? Yes. So I had this little girl. She was so good. Her name was Ellie, and she's 3, and she is built. And she came in, and she's got cartwheels, like beautiful already. And I was like, holy cow! You know, those kids that just have it. So I said, okay, Mom. I said, I just want to see how we are on bars and beam, and then we'll see if we're going to move her up, you know. So she gets on the bar, and my fault, I just assume this child is good at everything because she's so strong, and we're rolling, right? And she's up there, and she's all happy, and she squeezes the bar with everything she has because she's strong. What happens when you squeeze the bar? You all know. You're eventually going to go, ah! Like this, and she freaked out. Of course, I caught her because I'm an excellent gymnastics instructor. But we need to make sure with all of our kids that, I put my pencil in here, excuse me. With all of our kids that we are talking about those hands, the motorcycle hands, because really that's how you're going to get that forward roll. So make sure I teach forward roll first, and then I teach front support forward roll. Does that make sense? So don't get them completely straight, beautiful front support, and then go, now we're going to roll. Everybody, ah! Let them do a little roll like this, and then put it together. Does anybody have any other questions about front support? That's kind of all I got really tip-wise. I mean, obviously using your mats, jumping up to it. I like to say bounce. If you tell a child to jump sometimes, they're just like weird about it. So if you tell them to bounce, they kind of understand, oh, okay, I can bounce. And that's for anything, even doing, you know, on the sound steps or anything, but bouncing seems to really is a word that kind of works with them. Back hip pullover, some of these things that you guys kind of know. But think about breaking them down. We talked about ladder and incline, doing bent arm hangs with them, but using contests with kids, doing pull-ups. Everybody know what a woodpecker is? You want me to? Just show it. Just assume. Okay. Okay. Yeah. I need a helper. I got it. Okay. So she's gonna jump up. So a woodpecker, she's gonna lean over and then try to go back. And we're gonna kind of go with the frog. Go ahead. Jump up. Front support. Okay, and she's gonna lean it over, like you're gonna be a woodpecker, so like you're gonna lean, and then try to go back. You know what I mean? So what they're doing is they're getting their shoulders over, but what's gonna happen is we're gonna work on that hand turn. You ever notice they get stuck upside down? Yeah. And we do upside down parties. So we also do kiss the frog. So I'll take like a barrel and we'll put a frog on it. So same thing, just getting comfortable with it. Whoa! Look at I'm not falling. You know what I mean? To get over the bar. So we say kiss the frog, and that's something obviously, hello princess, lesson plan, I'm all about that. Yeah. So we talk about mama talk, walk up mom's legs, get mom involved as much as you can. A lot of the times in parent talk classes, what does the mom do? She just stands back and watches the kids go. Our job in a parent talk class, and I know this is really not a parent talk lecture, but I just did one, is creating those moments. Like I said yesterday, if you heard me, I'm requiring every parent talk class that comes through my gym now, you're going to bring out a parachute or bubbles, because first of all, that's just fun, because they're 2. Second thing that they're required to do is a parent taught skill. So I told you, we did handstands. So we all did wheelbarrows then with our babies. They can do it. Obviously they put their hands down, and what would happen is their head went down, and I said, no, we're gonna look at our fingers. And they did their wheelbarrows. So, but mom and baby did that. So guess what? They might go, you wanna show daddy what we learned in gymnastics today? Because they did it together. It's not like you're gonna go, you wanna go home and show daddy what we did in gymnastics today? They don't have a bar, they don't have a trampoline, you know what I mean? It's something that they did together. So there's a whole list of skills, even if they put them in their arms and the babies go like this and they fly them. And you guys put them around the floor and they fly their baby. It is something where they're connected. Anytime they're jumping off a balance beam or anything like that, give them the direction. Go give mommy a hug, go get her. All right, let's do it again. You know, and make that part of it. Seal stretches and kissing mom, those things. Make sure you create those face-to-face contacts. You're gonna see those great moms that are right in and up there with their kids playing with them, but it's not always the case. So it is our job to kind of create those moments. So make sure you're kind of watching for that. Try bending this, incline the low bar. You said you do stairs.
Can I just say one thing?
Yeah.
I like what you said about when they're just doing the holding themselves up at the bar and you're saying in front of the parents or even to the parents, oh, this is the kids, your shoulder's really strong. So they understand that it's not just a boring, simple thing.
Why?
We don't do anything else. Like, we're doing this, and then we can that way we can do this next.
Right.
And if it's jumping on the trampoline, explain to the parents. So this is really good for them. Because fine motor skills actually helps them to read, their studies and their math. So they go, oh, okay, it's actually better.
I am a great parent for bringing my kid to go.
It's better than going to Treetop for $10.
Right.
I should keep coming here.
All right, we're gonna do an upside down party and then we're gonna move on from there. So can you jump up? So front support. So if you get your kids up here, go ahead and jump it up. And then I'm just gonna ask you to fall over the left, like this, over the left. Okay, just stay there. Then you're like, be like a child. Yeah. And we're like, hi, we're gonna have an upside down party, and they think it's hilarious. Okay, so see my arms. So what we're gonna do at the count of 3, we're gonna push up to a front support. So we're gonna go 1, 2, and then front support. Here. Okay. And then we talk about our hands, because a lot of the times they don't. That's what happens in a back hip pullovers. Those hands don't turn quick enough, and that's why they get stuck under. So we need to tell them why. But if you have your kids, even I had 2 the other day, so I had 2 side by side right here. This is super, super duper low. But if you have, 4-year-olds here, they're upside down, hey, and you're talking to them and they think it's hilarious because they're upside down. But we talk about, okay, can you get up? See if they can do it by themselves, and they're gonna be going, you know what I mean? They can't get it up. So we need to talk about where those hands go. And then if they're that close, then put your stations together. Have them walk it up. All right, can you kick it? Kick it. Hold your chin. Kick it. Now hurry, front support. Get those hands turned around. It's like magic. Because then it clicks. And it's like, oh, because the whole body has to work together. Like sometimes kids just think like, if I just put my body, it's just going to happen. And it's like, no, you need to squeeze, you need to kick, you need to show me that part. You have a kid that, you spot in a cartwheel and they just do it for me. You know what I mean? It's like, you need to give me something here. So those are some just kind of tips I have for back hip pullovers. Anybody else have anything you'd like to share since we have everybody here really quickly? All right, we got about 3 minutes.
When Tina showed me, I have a few kids, I do the day classes. I have a few kids that are afraid. So what I would do is if they didn't want to do the full over, I'd put my hand on the mat, the bottom lower. I'd be like, kick my hand fingers, so they kick. And then I usually do it 3 times each. So I move my hand up each time, and you see that the fear kind of.
Yeah. Because if you make it fun, people are like, I'll do it. But I mean, if it's fun, can you go all the way up there? Casting, so a little bit, talk about chalk on thighs, locking the legs and squeezing the rear, like a hunched cat. So we said if it's here, we're here, but if we're here, we're getting to that position that we're looking for. So make sure they know what you're looking for is where you want the bar. Belly button push-ups. What a belly button push-up is on the bar here. Can you hide your belly button? Where is it? Oh, there it is. So we got a strength skill on the bar, and we talk about, do you guys ever tell them about get out their turtle shell when their hands are like this, their arms? I think, push it, don't get out of your turtle shell. So just use those kind of phrases or things that they can understand. They know a turtle when it hides, and how do we get out of there? Because usually that's super hard for them to really push down and get off the bar. We like to start, probably with my 5-year-old, to go to the high bar. Do you guys use the high bar, feet on low, hands on high? So what I'd like to do is take these barrels to make it not as you're going up to the high bar. So I bring that bar as low as it goes, which is as low as it goes, and take barrels and stack them. So they would climb up to here, and there's mats completely under here, so they would get their feet on top of here, and they would walk. And they would later, hi, friend, they think, oh my gosh, I'm so high. You know what I mean? Either, depending on the kid, we'll jump up to the front support, or we'll just swing it down. So make sure you're doing that, using your bars high and low. Let me see, anything else I really want to say?
That sounds awesome to do, but those mats are gonna move all over the place.
Well,
how would you secure that with this?
Well, see this? If you have another one, you can connect your mats together. So these are great because these actually do have hooks. Some of mine don't. If they don't, you're going to have to jam them in there.
Yeah, something on the end. I do it by windows.
Okay. And the thing is, even if you put it all the way to the wall, I mean, right here, you guys got enough of something that you can jam it, honestly, all the way to the wall. You know what I mean? And they could jump to here and then it wouldn't move as much. But that's what you gotta think of. How can we make that fun? I like to use parachutes at the bars. We have a starry one, which is super cool, and the kids had to hold, and they had to be a star, and then they just dropped to their butt. But what it did is it made them hold their straddle so they would go to their bottom. But I covered it up with a parachute, and they were like, it was like a tent, and it was so super fun. So that's what's going to be impressive though when they walk in and see that. So I would like you guys to think about that. Those slide out using your barrels, you know, so they just will roll back and forth and back and forth. Hopefully that's something that you guys are doing.
Like, on the bars, you just attach the hula hoop in the middle of the rope or something, and then they put their toes on the hula hoop and swing back and forth.
Love it.
They love to just swing like that.
The other day, and they glide, like put three of them. I have them all a little high and glide. Don't touch them. Try to not touch them. Go above them and bring your feet back.
All right, we are going to be getting kids here in just a few moments. So I would like to have, what do we got? 1, 2, 3, 4 rotations. So I want 4 teams. I want you guys to set up the bars, set up a rotation here at the balance beam, the floor, and the trampoline. So I don't know how many people we have. 1, 2, 3, 4. We got this. Bars, right? I don't know yet, but we got this. I don't know. 34 divided by 4 is 8.
I'm not a gym teacher for a reason.
So like 8 people in a group. You guys grab your rotation where you want. Let's go. This is separate. All right, what's happening over here?
This one,
A joint one. Chin, walk the feet up, touch the flower, and then we can stay straight. We can hang there for like an upside down, straight arm.
All right, so
We could
baby.
do the upside down party and rock and stand up the whole way.
Here, the big kids can try and put their legs up and swing. Babies, mom can sit here, baby can go up, baby put their toes up, swing with mom.
Is this being used for anything?
no, let's get it out of here. All right.
Heads up!
And our best one yet.
All right, we're gonna do it over here.
They're going to start over here. They're going to walk across.
Okay.
And then as a progression, they have to touch and swing.
Now you can, and then ladies, look at those. You can have 3 kids right here. You know what I mean? Don't think if one has all of them.
And they can like jump up and down, back,
But the more we can kind of create those friendships, get them together. Don't just always go, okay, I got 4 kids. You go there, you go there, you go there, you go there. Because that's not fun. Kids like other kids.
put 2 flowers up. And whoever picks the flower off first, they're going to
No, because they're gonna show.
whoever's football drops first.
Yeah.
We're going to make this 2 people, so they'll have to
Perfect. Better.
Can we do that hula hoop one more time?
Walk around it. All right. Hi. What do you think? It's looking fun, right?
Those kids should be in 5 minutes.
Okay. Yeah. All right. And then what are we doing here? Return station. Anything? I don't like. We do anything with this. Then what are they doing in the mirror?
Cool.
Now you know what I mean. Now you're like, I'm trying. What do I? Trying to get through that. Yeah. So like that would. Okay. I like it. So head facing this way. Rock out. I like it. I like it. All right. So you can go out.
A squishy. No, she doesn't like
My baby's getting a drill. You're on their knees.
We must have different sizes.
Like,
So your babies are 18 to 3.
I'm down. All right, go.
I'm just asking, you know what I mean? Like, what's our goal here?
I'm just having, like, none of these skills are not what I do. You just put everything out because something's else right here. I'm having every skill, they have them pushing on their hands, looking for their hands. Some kids just put their faces down.
And know that, you know, have your levels of like, okay, our little guys are going to do log rolls. Our big guys are going to do forward rolls. Our 3-year-olds are going to do straddle rolls. Our 5-year-olds are going to do backward rolls. Don't stick to, it's forward rolls, so that's what we do. You know what I mean? All right, then what? Come on.
The babies can just walk up the stairs and slide down on their bottoms, or
Do they walk backwards because the feet are this way?
well, that's for the older kids. They're gonna lay down and be spotted at that part.
But make sure that they're not there all the time then, you know what I mean?
No, of course.
Yeah,
We switch for every bronze baby.
So they come in, they stand up, all right, so this is backwards, then
I didn't set that up. That was which one?
right here, we have kids right here. All right, so this is two kids working hard. The thing is too, is that if you got your baby, make sure you move your floor so that, yeah, then this thing can crawl under and get it here. Now we have two sets of stairs. So what are we doing on this side? Marty?
You know, train me. You know, I'm a trampoline.
We're all over there.
Okay, well, I'm the trampoline.
And then the co-workers are gonna climb down, put their hands on down the left, and their belly off the floor. The other way.
And then you go higher. Okay, if this is the station, and I like that, they're gonna hold it for how long? And then do what? Are you gonna run it as an obstacle course? All the kids. That's what I want you to think of. I don't want that. Yeah, no. We're parking here already. I would. I want you to think about it. I would think that
Before we off.
then this would be connected to the other.
My computer's dying.
Right, and that's what I want you to think of. Obstacle courses are only for parent-taught classes. That's it. I would never run an obstacle course with my 3-year-old because you know what happens? They get lost, or you're helping this one try to do something, and they're like, I want to go on the trampoline. All right, you need to control them. You keep them closer to you. If I could have a bunch of 2 or 3 kids working here together, and then I have 2 or 3 here, I can grab this one, I can grab this one. You know what I mean? And so it's not
Circuits.
like try 3 skills. And then if you go, all right, you guys work so hard, you switch them out, then put it back. All right, we're gonna run the obstacle course. Let's see how we do it. It's the end of the station. Let's go. Show me what you got. You don't spot an obstacle course. That's why I say that. When you have a 3 or 4-year-old, we want to teach them something. You can't teach in an obstacle course because they're moving. And if you stop to go, no, we need to hold your belly up and hold it tight. This one's coming. You know what I mean? And then they wait. And then that sucks. Because we don't want anybody. You know what I mean? Because that looks like what's going on. We have all this amazing stuff. So definitely.
One of your circuits is independent circuit, you're not helping them at all. And then you have spot station. The other one.
I move constantly.
Right, so wait,
Yes.
I'm saying the one side would have no spot station.
I would have
miniature fixes, and then the other one would have a spot station.
more of a spotting station, but typically in a 3-all meet, they're learning how to do things that they can do by themselves. I'm not asking them to do anything super hard. I can literally walk away from both of them because I'm over here. Tummy up, all right, keep moving, all right, this, you know what I'm saying? So you're not really gonna have any like super need to spot station. You know what I mean? Switch them out, move it on, and keep them going. So, all right, good, I like it. We're gonna show it. We got kids, so we're gonna figure out who's gonna be teaching it.